Hello guys, this is Tots and welcome to my AK-47 tutorial for Maya. This is an advanced tutorial, and if you don't know the basics it might be a bit too fast paced, but it will still be worth watching. You'll probably learn quite a lot as well. And as you can see on the screen, this is the end product that we will be going for in this tutorial, and I hope you enjoy it. So the first thing I want to do is just go to View on the side view, import image plane, import image, and I have mine on the desktop, which is just a side of an AK I found on Google. And I'm going to select looking through camera in the attribute editor. That removes it from the perspective view. I'm going to go to show, remove grid, shading, X-ray, and I'm going to use the cube tool to make a rectangle like so. And I'm just going to use the words here just to put them in place like so in the reference. And I'm not going to move this one just yet. Okay, and what I want to do here is just select this edge, control right click to edge ring and split. Oh, sorry, not that. Control right click, edge ring utilities, and to edge ring and split. Here we go. And then go to faces and remove 1/2. Here we are. And what we want to do now is just insert some edge loops around this indent. This is the first thing we will do because it's best to do it now while nothing is rotated, so everything is straight. It'll be easier to scale. There we go. I'm going to just select these widths right here, 4 of these, so the 4 inside, and scale them out like this. There we go. Select the faces inside, extrude, and I'm going to go to my scale tool, just click R on the keyboard, and I'm going to scale everything. Well, I want everything to look the same. I want the scale to go all the way around and look the same. Just need to make sure of that, because when we bevel things, there we go, that's fine. Something like this. So keep those faces selected, and what we want to do is just go to the front view, hold down V and the middle mouse button on your mouse, select one of these arrows and snap it to the side like so. So now what we have is a flat surface with padding. So I'm going to select these faces and I'm going to extrude like so. This is about fine. Okay, and another thing I'm going to do is just select this edge and bevel it. And I'm going to keep mine on default, looks fine. Yeah, and I'm just going to select all of these little edges all around the side like so. Okay, so I have them all selected, and I didn't select anything else. That's great. And I'm going to go to normals, soften edge, and here we are. Just makes it look a little bit better. Okay, and what we can do now is rotate this. I'm going to center pivot first. Just rotate it so it matches the reference. Like so. Oops, I think I rotated a bit too much. There we are. And I'm going to snap all of these just to one width, like so. Okay, and snap all of these so they're flat. bring this down a little bit and extrude after faces at the back selected, like so. I'm going to rotate this a little bit and scale it like this. Here we go. That should be fine. I'm just going to insert another edge loop right here. There we go. And if you want to get rid of these faces, what I'm going to do is just go to the front view, select all of this, and then deselect the ones inside. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to insert an edge loop right here. And I want one more over here. There we go. I'm just going to select this face and extrude it like so. I know it doesn't 100% match the reference, but that's fine. And you're just going to bevel this to around 249, 250, something like that. So split polygon tool, I'm going to connect the bevel that we just did, and I want to also snap these words. Oops. I want to snap them to these words over here, so it all looks fine. And we'll need to fix the error that we got from that by just scaling these words like so. Just fix it really quick. Okay, that's great. And what we want to do now as well is make sure our pivot is in the middle, which it's not. So I'm going to go to insert in the keyboard, and I'm going to snap the pivot to the side like so. So what we need to do is just go to edit, duplicate special, click the little checkbox. Mine is set like this, but I think it should be 1, 1, minus 1. Let me have a look. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That works. So I'm going to go to mesh, combine, center pivot, and select these widths in the middle. So there's 44 selected, merge, and my merge is set to 0.0050. So merge, and you have 22. Okay, that's great. And I'm just going to insert an edge loop right here. And what you want to do is just select one face here and all of these like so. And we want to extrude them. Okay, select the edges and bevel, and just to match the reference, use the attribute edit sign so it looks the same. Okay, that's great. And what we want to do here is also split polygon tool and connect these bevels that we just made like so. I'm going to snap these words into place. Oops. Can get a bit tricky sometimes. There we go, that's fine. So we have something like this. And that's our receiver pretty much done. What we need to do as well is just select these two edges at the bottom and bevel. And let's see the reference. Need it around 250. That's great. Split polygon tool. Whoops. And connect the bevels as well. Here we are. And that's our receiver done. So guys, just before we get started on the cover, I've noticed that my receiver is a bit incorrect, so I'm just going to quickly scale it up a little bit. something like this. You might not have to do it. Yours might already be perfect. There we go. Okay, so to start the cover, I'm just going to use the 7 tool, like so. I'm going to rotate it on the Z-axis in the channel box by 90 degrees. And I'm also going to snap it to the middle, like this, and scale it down. You want something like this. And I'm also going to delete half of it, like so. And I'm just going to match the reference. And I'm not going to do this part just yet. What I want to do next is just select the edge underneath, like this. And then we'll go to my extrude. Click the little circle to fix everything. And I'll just extrude that, scale it out a little bit, like this, extrude it one more time. Let's have a look over here. Scale that as well. There we go, and I'm going to extrude. And this time I don't think I should be, yeah, I don't need to scale this time. Okay. Have a look. So when to end around here, don't worry if this overlaps too much because this part will have a hole in there. Okay. So now we just need to shape this top part up a little bit. Okay, so time to scale this part to give it that AK feel. Something like that. Here we go. And just play around with this for a bit. Maybe also scale this down a little bit, like so. Okay, so I kind of like that shape. You can play around with it to make it look a little better, but I kind of like this one. I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to start to insert my edge loops into places where I need them. So I'll have one here. Also one right here and here, and I'll need probably a couple, one here and one right here. There we go. And also just one more, and this is for the back part. Okay, so that's right there. And I'm just going to start shaping up the edge here for the bolt. Like so. So we have something like this. Nice little curve. And we also need one right here for the hole that's behind this thing here. Okay, and for the back, I'm just going to move it up to here. Okay, that's fine, and I'm just going to select all of these faces on the front and get rid of them. So I want to get rid of some of these ones, like so. And I'm also going to select this whole area here, and I'm going to deselect everything besides the front, and I'm going to delete those faces as well, and make a hole right there. So here we are. Okay, that looks fine. And now I'm just going to get this shape done by just rotating and scaling, like so. Here we go. Maybe also move this part back a little bit to the front, I mean. Okay. And one more thing I'll do here as well is I'm going to select this edge around, I'm going to deselect those two, and I'm going to go to Normal's Soften Edge, like this. Perfect. Okay, that's starting to look good. And now I'm going to make a hole for this clip here. So I'm just going to have a look about where we can make that hole. Okay, so I'm just going to use these three faces here. Okay, so what we need is to go to Offset Edge Loop, and I'm going to offset from the midpoint here, like this, and I'm going to use Merge Vertex tool and merge these two to the center, and select these two words and just scale them out so this looks like a square. Maybe I'm just going to add another edge loop right here, like so, and select these faces so it looks like a square. I'm going to extrude, and I'm going to use the scale tool, like this, and I'm going to extrude again. This time I'm going to use the little circle so it extrudes inwards like so, and I will delete those faces as we do not need those anymore. So here we are, have something like this, and I'm just going to select all of these words. Hopefully I selected all of them. I should isolate that. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm going to just make it a little bit smaller, like so. And to make a clip now, I'm just going to make a cube and also do the to edge ring and split, so I can snap it to the middle like this. And I'm just going to quickly shape it up in the front view like so. Bring that up a little bit, and oops, bring these guys down like so. So we need it to stick out about this much, and I know it doesn't really match the reference here, but that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna add another edge loop right there as well. Here we go. And what I will do here is just select this edge. I'm going to control to edge ring and split, control right click that is, to edge ring and split. Here we go. And I'm also gonna select this edge, click G to repeat the action, same here, and one here, one here, one here, and one here. Here we are. And And what I want to do is just select all of these faces. Actually, I'm just going to delete the edge of the in the middle. So shift right click, delete edge, and I'm going to select all of these faces like so. Extrude, click the little circle. So we have something like this. Here we are. Okay, that's great. That's the little clip done. And let's start on the bolt, which is not going to be hard because all it is just basically the cover. So I'm going to duplicate the cover. Oops. Yeah, I did. Yeah, there we go. And let me have a look. What can we do here? So I'm just going to insert an edge loop right here, and I will make it straight by using the scale tool. And same thing here. Okay, I'm going to select the faces and delete everything outside of that. There you go. I'm going to censor the pivot. Like this, and make it smaller. Let's have a look. Like so. Here we are. Just going to snap these words to this edge here, and just going to bring these back to about this point. Okay, and insert an edge loop in the middle. Just going to select all these faces on the side like so. Bring them in. Actually, just one more edge loop right here. Here we go. Something like that. And add one more here. Maybe even one more here. Give it that shape. Here we go. I'm going to normal soften edge. That edge there. There we go. I'm also going to bring this edge a little bit closer. And I'll bring this one a little closer as well. So here we go. Okay. And I'm going to delete half of this bolt as well. So we have something like this. And another thing I will do on the cover now, I'm just going to isolate it really quick, Shift I. And what I want to do, before actually anything I do it, I'm just going to take this word right there. And I'm going to select all the edge around there, and I'm going to extrude that. You don't want too much, just a little bit so it gives it some depth, especially in this part. Here we go. And that's our cover, and well, that's our cover done basically, but we just need to add some more detail to the bolt. So what I will do is just make a cube, like so. I'm just going to bring it over here. There we are. So we have something like that, and Actually, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller here, and I'm going to work from the top view. What I want to do is just add one more edge loop here, and maybe bring these back a little bit, and have something like this. There we go. Oops. There we are. Going to scale that out a little more, make it a little bit smaller, and something like this. Okay, that's fine. And what I want to do here as well, I'm just going to isolate it. I'm going to delete the face here, as we can't see that. And what I want to do is just select all of these edges. Okay. And I'm going to bevel them like this. Probably have like 360 on the bevel. Okay, that's great. And I think that's the cover pretty much. Oh, nearly forgot one big detail. So I'm just going to isolate it by Shift I. And I'm going to select this edge and bevel. And I will probably have like 3 segments here, like so. There we go, that looks good. And what we need to do now is just select all of these little edges around the whole thing. So I've selected all of the edges around, like so. I left the bottom ones, and what I want to do now is just go to normals, soften edge, and everything should look perfect. Here we go. Okay, that's great, and that's the cover done. So guys, let's get started on the pistol grip. And this part is going to be relatively easy. I'm just going to start off with the cube tool, and I'm going to control right click to edge ring utilities into edge ring and split. Here we are. I'm going to snap that to the middle, like so. Let's have a look here. There we go. Have it somewhat like this. Okay, that looks okay. And what I want to do is go to offset edge loop 2 and bring some out right here and do 2 more like this. Maybe even select these 2 and scale them down like so. Okay, and I'm going to select all of these, start to bring it out like this, and then just the 3 in the front, and then just a tiny little bit like so, and do the same at the back. bring this one out a little bit more, and I'll need to take these out a little bit more as well, something like so. Here we are. And I'm just going to duplicate that like this and make it a little bit bigger. Bring it down. I'm going to rotate this part here and just make it fit with everything like so. I think we'll need to rotate this part as well and also just bring it in like this. Yeah, I'm just going to also scale and then rotate again. And now we get to play around with these edges here to make it look, give it that nice shape. And I'm going to insert one edge loop here, like this. Bring these ones out maybe a little bit more. There we go. And we're just shaping everything up right now. There we go. Some more over here. Maybe side bit, bring this back a little bit. Like this. Okay. Show that part straight. Select these words again. I'm going to scale them to make the edge straight and rotate again. Like so. Here we are. I'm going to select all these faces at the bottom again, and I'm going to extrude, this time all the way down here, like this. Here we go. And I'm going to shape this part up a bit as well. I'm going to probably rotate both of these edges like this, and just bring that out, bring that back a little bit, and probably bring these ones in a bit, like so. Oops. But yeah, overall it's not really hard to do. Pistol grip. Add one more here, give it that nice shape down there, and probably one more here. But yeah, it shouldn't take that much tries. The actual object is only 332, that's great. So you can add a lot more to it if you want to. And the budget for weapons in games now is probably around 20k to 30k tries, maybe even more. So you don't have to constrain yourself too much. Okay, and I'm just going to select all of these edges around and give it bevel, like so. Okay, now we want to select these edges and just try something here. Yeah. Okay, so select these edges, normals, soften edge, here we go, and the same for these ones. So I'm just going to select them, click G to repeat the action, and same thing here. But make sure you do it all the way around. Here you go. So that's our pistol grip, nearly done. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger this way. And I want to select this and go to faces, select everything, deselect the middle bit, delete, and we are just going to rotate these widths right here, like this. Whoops. There we go. And another thing I want to do here as well is because the edge is hard here, I'm just going to soften those ones as well. So I used G because I already had that used before. Okay, and I'm going to isolate this part really quick. Select all the edges around and give it a bevel as well. Here we go. Now I'm just going to try soften edge and see how that looks. I don't think that's the look we want, and we need to soften the edges around like so. Okay, so I'm not going to soften the bevel. It actually looks nice this way. Okay, and that's our pistol grip pretty much done. So, time to make the magazine, and this will be a bit of a trial and error, in the way I do it at least. There's probably multiple ways to do this, but of course I'm gonna start by using the control right click to edge ring and split, and snap it to the middle like usual, like so. Okay, and what I want to do, just make this a little bit bigger, like so. Oops. There we are. And what I will do is just insert some edge loops here and here. And I'll just, select these widths. I'll rotate them a little bit, like this. Here we go. And I'm going to select these two faces inside. Actually, just before I do that, let's make this a little bit thinner. Something like that. Okay. And select the faces inside. Extrude to about this much. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to select these edges, move them back a tiny bit, like so, and do the same with these ones, like this, and same here, not too much on this part. Okay, here we go. Oops. Something like that. I'm going to make this straight by scaling it. There we go. Rotate. And now what I want to do is just keep extruding the faces all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so extrude, rotate, like this. And you can also use this arrow to make sure it keeps in touch with the reference. Okay. go. Yeah, pretty much trial and error right here, because sometimes they don't look as good as you want it to look, but it's all fixable. And here we go, guys. There's the magazine. So what I essentially did is just extruded it bit by bit, rotate it bit by bit, and here we go. I'll just probably add another edge loop right here. Just move these widths a little bit, like so. Here we go. That actually turned out pretty good. Could have been much worse. Sometimes it just doesn't work, and a lot of different errors occur. So what we'll do here as well is I'm going to insert an edge loop right here, and before I do anything, I think I'll just either bevel here. I'm not too sure how to start this now. Okay, maybe just select all these faces over here like so, and I'm going to extrude those. Yeah, I think this should work this way. I'm going to extrude it about this much. There we go. Okay, and I will just select all of these edges like so, and I'm going to bevel them, and I want the bevel to be around 200, I think, maybe a little bit less. 175 I'll use. Here we go. And I'm also going to bevel all of these edges as well. Can actually pretty much keep that default. Okay, that looks okay. And all these little details, usually what you'll do is just make a higher, very high poly model of the magazine and just normal map it and look just as good. Or you can make this magazine and texture it as one of those plastic coated magazines. Look pretty nice as well. Okay, let's see what else we can do to the magazine is add a bullet, just so it looks nice on the reload animation. And the way we can do that is just delete all of these, and I'm going to extrude both of these faces here, like so. And I'm also going to extrude those edges. Okay, I see. Okay, just extrude these ones like this, and same on this side. Like so. And now we just extrude these ones as well. There we go. And what we can do now is just use the merge vertex tool and just merge them together like so. There we go. And that's just to give it some depth. I'm also just going to add a quick bevel and see how that looks. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So I'm just going to split polygon all the way around. Oops. Should let me do it that way. There we go. And I'm just going to delete the right half. And I'm going to fix the words. Snap them to their places. Like this. I'm going to duplicate special again. Okay, that's fine. So 1, 1, minus 1. And select the magazine, mesh, combine, center the pivot. I'm going to isolate it really quick. Shift I, select all these words now in the middle, like so. And we might actually have to, sorry, a minute. Okay, let me have a look. There we go. I didn't want it to be removed from the perspective view. But we might have to make the merge a little bit, the threshold a little bit smaller, so I'll put it down to 20 because we don't want these words merging. So apply, we had 84, now we have 40. Okay, make sure nothing else merged. Just going to have a look really quick if everything is fine. It looks fine to me. And just to make sure, I'm going to select this edge. That is strange right there. There should be 4 words if we select. Yeah. Oh, okay, okay, no, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, that worked out. And that's the magazine, pretty much done. And at the end, when you add in all the details, I can add a couple bullets in there, just low poly ones. And once you have the reload animation, it will just look nice aesthetically. Okay, that's the magazine. Okay, so for this part I will just do the trigger guard and the release mechanism for the mag. Okay, so we'll just start that by making the cube and select one of the edges, control right click to edge ring utilities, to edge ring and split. Here we are. I'm just going to bring that right here. Snap that to the middle, shift I to remove my isolation. Okay. And I think we need it to be about this big. Okay. And I'm just thinking how big this box will be. So it will need 2 bolts on each side. So we need it to be about this big. Here we go. That should be the size, that's fine. And we also need an edge loop right here. And I'm just going to offset 2 more inside like so. And what we want to do is just select these faces and extrude them like this. And I think I'll just need to get rid of 1/2 for now. faces. Okay. Delete the right half. And I'm just going to start working on this part right here. Let's give it a nice locking curve. Like so. Maybe just one more here. Okay, that's great. Okay, and I'm just going to go to Edit, Duplicate Special. Mine's already set up. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that's fine. And merge, mesh combine. Sorry, not merge yet. Mesh combine. I'm going to censor the pivot. I just want to isolate it really quick and select all these words. Merge at 32 now at 16. That's good. And I think I'll start the trigger guard from here as well, like so. Maybe just move this backward a little bit like this. Okay, so the trigger guard, select these two faces, extrude, and rotate. This part's a bit tedious. Not hard to do though. So what you want to keep doing is just, like on the magazine I guess, just keep extruding, rotating and moving a little bit. Like this. Extrude. Here we go. And also one right here, like this, and keep extruding it all the way to where it ends. Here we go. It's nearly done. And I'm just going to put it all the way into the pistol grip like that, and delete the faces that we can't see. So here we go. That's the trigger guard. I'm also just going to isolate this really quick and select the top faces. So I'm just going to do this and deselect the ones in there, so we only have the top ones selected, and delete those because we can't see them. One more thing I will do here as well is I'll bevel these edges like so. Probably have it at 0.90, and split polygon tool, and just connect. Here we are. Okay, that's great. And now for the actual trigger. It's not really hard at all. Oops. Just make a cube. Have a split down the middle. There you go. And something like this. going to select the bottom faces and extrude, scale. You can add some more edge loops to it a little bit later as well, if it doesn't look that right. And I think here is where we start to rotate as well, like so. Okay. Here we go. And now just add some more edge loops and shape it up a little more, like so. Maybe also just scale down these words like that. One right here, and maybe just one right here as well. Okay. Scale it down, and I'm just going to select these words right here, click B on my keyboard. I'm going to go to the tool settings and halve this down to around 0.60, something like this. Okay, and just scale the bottom words down. Here we are. And what I want to do here as well is select the edges here and here. Normals, soften edge. Okay, that's great. Select the edges all the way around, and I think also these ones. Make sure nothing else is selected, and bevel. Like so. I'm just going to merge these words. I think I went a bit wrong with the bevel there. Okay. It's okay though, easy fix. Here we go. I'm just going to try and fix the shape here as well a little bit more. And I'm just going to soften that edge. Okay, that's great. Probably also select these words again. Click B. I'm just going to rotate to give it a better curve than what I had, like so. Might make the trigger a little bit thicker. Here we go, that's cool. And another thing you want to do is just select the faces at the top and get rid of them. There you go. And now for the actual little trigger, magazine mechanism thing. It's just very easy. Edge, put that edge in the middle, snap it to the middle, and let me see from the perspective view. Something like that. Bring down these weights. Here we are. Maybe also bring that back a bit, like so. And I'm going to offset. There you go. Don't think I should have rotated that actually. Snap that back, like so. Maybe also bring, no, that's fine. So I'm just going to bring that all the way up and select the faces. So just, we have the top ones and delete them. There we go. And I'm not going to match the reference 100% to make it look a little bit better on the model. I'm just going to bring it up a bit, and here we go. Maybe bring it up a little bit more. There we go, and that looks a little bit cooler than the actual model. And I'm also going to bevel the sides here. Bevel, and 169 or a little bit more maybe. Yeah, 180. Split polygon. Here we go. Okay, that looks good. And that's this part pretty much done. And we'll add all the little details after you finish the whole model, like little bolt here, a couple bolts there. It'll all be done once we finish the actual model as well.